Hello everybody, I'm Hannah Greene and I am an Island Fellow for the Island Institute. I work for 2 years here at the Down East Institute. My fellowship allows me to be an extra set of hands for any project that is going on in DEI's hatchery, in the labs, in the field, and most importantly, in the education center, working with all of you. The kinds of tasks and activities that I do for work on a daily basis depend on whatever projects are going on at the moment, but usually my days consist of planning out lessons to do with you guys, both virtually and in person, helping Colleen and Lynn organize the education center and try to figure out new ways of working with you, especially in this pandemic. I have also helped out in the lab, counting clam samples for some research that our postdoc is doing, and I've helped out in the mudflats with Dr. Brian Beal and Sarah. So I've been doing a lot of everything, and I really enjoy it. My work also requires me to become really active in the community, so when I'm not working at DEI or with you guys, I am out volunteering. I've been working with the Historical Society and with the library in Jonesport. And community involvement is something that's really important for both my job and is something that I enjoy doing. I have always really been interested in the intertidal zone and that kind of environment. Ever since I was really little, my parents used to vacation every year at the beach, where I would love exploring the sand dunes, checking out all of the clam holes in the tidal river, playing with the mud and looking for the different creatures there. So I've really enjoyed that, but I really became interested in marine science and aquaculture after I moved to Beals. Where I lived in the past, I lived along the coast down in Belfast. We live on the bay, but there aren't as many people working down there in lobstering or fishing as there are up here. So when I moved to DEI and I got to see firsthand how important marine science is to everyone that lives in Jonesport and Beals, then I started becoming really interested, and working at DEI is the perfect opportunity for me to learn more, because I can just go down the hall and ask anybody working in the hatchery what they're working on or what a term means that I didn't know, and everyone is super willing to help me learn as a beginner. So going into this, some of you probably knew more about marine science and aquaculture than I did, but I've loved getting to learn more through my job, and I hope to learn even more throughout the next 2 years. I went to school at Wheaton College, which is located down in Massachusetts between Boston and Providence. I majored in environmental science, and then I also had 2 minors in public health and public policy studies. I knew ever since my time in high school that I wanted to major in environmental science. I knew I loved being outside and in nature, and I loved going on hikes and kayaking in the lakes and rivers, and just being in nature and seeing nature healthy and thriving brought me so much peace and comfort, and I knew that I wanted to do whatever I could to get other people as interested in it as I was and to help protect it. My favorite part of my job is learning something new every single week and trying out something new all the time. As I said before, my job kind of requires me to be a jack of all trades and to help out on any project that somebody throws my way, and the opportunity to try out a bunch of different experiences and learn a bunch of different things has been really valuable to me in helping me figure out what I'm interested in and what I'm not interested in and what I want to do as a career. It's been so great learning and working with a bunch of different people. Everyone at DEI is so fun to work with and so friendly and knowledgeable. That's definitely my favorite part. And of course, I love working with you guys. It brings such a smile to my face when we see you enjoying an activity that we worked hard to be able to bring to you. and hearing your feedback and all of your ideas is just the best thing ever. There are a lot of things that I want to learn more about, but one in particular is marine invasive species. I have always been really interested in invasive species because of how drastically they can change the environment, and because they're a problem everywhere, not just here, but throughout the United States and in different countries. And there are so many different kinds of invasive species, and up until recently it wasn't a problem that a lot of scientists focused their attention on. And so I feel like there's so much to learn. Green crabs are an invasive species, but they're not the only ones in the marine environment. So I would love to learn more about different types of marine invasive species, how they travel to Maine and get to Maine in the first place, and all of the changes that they are bringing to the marine environment and marine organisms, and those effects that they'll even have on humans on the coast of Maine. My favorite marine animal is the seal. Usually we see harbor seals or gray seals in Maine. I remember when my family first moved to Maine back when I was, I think 8 years old. We went down to the harbor and we saw a seal. I think they're just such fascinating creatures. The marine animal that I think is the cutest is probably a baby scallop. I had never seen a baby scallop before coming to DEI, and I didn't realize how small that they could get, and they're just so cute. They're so tiny, they can fit on your finger, and they can open and close, and I definitely think the cutest marine organism is definitely a baby scallop.